Hey guys, today we'll discuss modal verb must. Must is modal auxiliary verb. Modals can be used to talk about necessity or something that is required. Must expresses the strongest necessity and is used in formal or informal situations. But if we used have got to, it is informal. Must is most commonly used to express certainty. Must is used mostly to give advice or strong recommendation. Let's say grammar rules. There is no S in third person singular. For example, he must drink 8 glasses of water. We cannot apply S after must. There is no S after must. Third person singular. Questions and negatives are made without do. For example, must you go? We cannot say do you must go. There is no do in questions. And even in negatives, we cannot use don't. You mustn't worry. We cannot say you don't must worry. There is no don't. After must, we use infinitives without to of other verbs. For example, I must ride to my mother. We cannot say I must to ride to my mother. Must have no infinitives or participles. No infinitives like to must. There is no infinitives. Musting participles. There is no participles. Or must do not have past tense. Musted. Do not exist. When necessary, we express similar meaning with other words. Structure of sentence. Modal plus base form of verb. For present tense or for future tense. In this example, Sarah must have a problem. In this sentence, speaker use must. It means must can be used to express reason or conclusion that something is certain or highly probable. It is only possible explanation for what is happening. Next example, she must be sleepy. We use must to express logical conclusion. In this sentence, it can't be the postman. We are not using must. Must is not often used to express certainty in negative clauses. We normally use cannot to say something is certainly not the case. Like in this example, it can't be the postman. Next example, you must not bring anything into the exam room. Must not indicates that something is prohibited or not allowed. And if we use do not have to, that suggests something is not required to do something. For example, in this sentence, you don't have to eat that. Don't have to. It means in this sentence, the speaker is suggesting that you are not required to do something. You are not required to eat that. Next example, I couldn't bring anything into the exam. I couldn't. If we want to talk about past prohibition, we do not use must. We use other expressions like couldn't. Couldn't shows past prohibition. It shows that something was not allowed in the past. We can use must plus have plus past participle to express certainty about the past or to express positive logical assumptions. In this sentence, we went to London last month. This sentence is speaker 1. Speaker 2, that must have been nice. In this sentence, that must have been nice. It's a positive assumptions about the past. A woman phoned while you were out. It must have been Sarah. Must have been Sarah. It's assumption about the past. This sentence is speaker 1 and this sentence is speaker 2. Have to, have got to and must have basically the same meaning. They express the idea that something is necessary. For example, in this sentence, I must study tonight. In this sentence, we can remove must and we can write the same sentence with I have got to study tonight or have to, I have to study tonight. Sentence will have similar meaning. They express the idea that something is necessary. Have to, have got to, or must express obligation or duty. Next example, you must give up smoking. It's bad for you. In this sentence, we used must to emphasize the necessity of something, that is giving up smoking. Next example, students must not talk to each other during the exam. Must not express prohibition. It means do not do that. As I mentioned before, have to is absence of obligation. In this sentence, I have rephrased this sentence. This sentence is similar to this sentence, but both sentences have different meaning. The students don't have to talk to each other during the exam. Don't have to. In this sentence, the students don't have to talk, or they are not required to do that. That is talking. But in first sentence, it shows obligation, prohibition, and the students must follow the rules that they are not allowed to talk during the exam. So both sentences have different meaning. If we use must not, the sentence will have different meaning, and if we use don't have to, it means something is not required to do something. Must express necessity, obligation, prohibition, and strong recommendation. Present and future form is used to give advice or opinion. I hope it's clear now.